When your family loses everything, how do you become the glue that holds them all together? That's just what 12-year-old Deza needs to do in the book The Mighty Miss Malone by Christopher Paul Curtis. This book was published in 2012 and is intended for grades 5 and up. Deza Malone lives with her family in Gary, Indiana during the year 1936. For the most part, she's like any typical 12-year-old. She loves spending time with her best friend, she's annoyed every day by her older brother, and she wants to make her parents proud. However, Deza's family isn't living in the best of times, for the Great Depression has rattled the United States. From the great dust bowls of the Midwest to the breadlines of the East Coast, everyone is affected, including the Malones. Deza's mother works as a housemaid for a rich white family in town, but Deza's father, who's been recently laid off from his job, is struggling to find consistent work. A lack of work doesn't mean a lack of positivity, however, and Deza's father works hard to upkeep the positive attitude of his family. He's constantly telling them that they are a family on a journey to a place called Wonderful. With everyone in the household trying to help out, Deza, who is not afforded many opportunities to work, does the next best thing she can think of. Despite her empty stomach and rotting teeth, Deza studies hard and becomes the best in her class. As a result of her hard work, her parents nickname her the Mighty Miss Malone, and her beloved teacher, Mrs. Needham, offers to tutor her during the next school year for free, because she is a girl who's going places. Just when Deza thinks that maybe they are on a journey to a place called Wonderful, tragedy strikes. While out on a fishing trip with friends, Mr. Malone suffers a terrible accident and does not return for weeks. When he does, he's different. Too ashamed of himself for not being able to support his family, Mr. Malone walks out one night, leaving a note behind. His family, he feels, will be better off without him, and he sets off to his hometown of Flint, Michigan, in order to try and find work there. With their father gone, and their mother's job in jeopardy, the Malones fall further and further behind. They are soon evicted from their home. Deza doesn't think life can get any worse, but then her mother tells her that the whole family is moving to Michigan in order to track down her dad. How are they supposed to go to Michigan when they can't even afford food? And once they get to Michigan, if they get there, where are they going to live? And how is Deza ever going to become the Mighty Miss Malone? While living in a shanty town along with other families in similar situations, Deza tries desperately to keep up her academics, while also figuring out ways to support her family. Being the man of the house, Jimmy decides that he too will set off on his own to try and become a singer, and Deza's mother is soon heartbroken at losing both her husband and her son. Deza can't bear the thought of seeing her mother so heartbroken, and so she decides one night that she is going to lead her family to a place called Wonderful. Can she do it? Will she and her mother ever track down Father or Jimmy? Can she really live up to her nickname, the Mighty Miss Malone? And perhaps the biggest question of all, Are they really on a journey to a place called Wonderful? Find out the answers to these questions and much more when you read The Mighty Miss Malone by Christopher Paul Curtis. Yeah, Deza might be a typical 12-year-old, but what she does for her family is anything but.